to you about my experience with birth control. I have been on 3 different birth controls, and you can do them for different things, periods, if you don't want to have children, anything like that. Obviously, they don't always work, but personally for me, they do work. They shorten my periods, they protect against pregnancy, things like that. That's mostly what a lot of people use them for, but everyone has their own reasons. But for me personally, I am using this right now. It is Xulane, and this is a patch right here, and it goes on your arm, or you can put it on a few different places, but I put it on my arm. And this, prevents against pregnancy, and it shortens my periods. So for example, you pick a day that you want to put the patch on when you first start it. And so say you start on Friday. Okay, well now you have to change it every single week on Friday. So you get 3 patches for the month. And what you do is you put one on the first Friday, one on the second Friday, and one on the third Friday. So what I do is I take my patch off on that Friday, and then I would get my period a few days later. I would get it around 4 to 5 days later. And then a few days later, I would put on another patch, and it would stop. It would lighten the day after I put the patch on and stop 2 or 3 days after I put it on. And that's just a cycle. You keep on going with that. And so I really love this birth control. I haven't had any side effects with it because, I gained a little bit of weight, but I don't think that had to do anything with the patch, more of just with my eating habits. But I have been on 2 other birth controls, and this is the one I like the best personally. But now we're going to talk about those other 2 birth controls. So the next birth control is the pill. And this birth control was not good for me because I hate pills, and I didn't think about that before doing it. So I took like 1 pill, and then I'd skip a day, and then I'd take another pill because I kept forgetting that I had to take the pill every day. So that personally wasn't good for me. I can't give you guys much feedback on that just because I forgot to take it. And if you're anything like me, you hate pills, you forget to take them, the pill might not be your best option. Now the other one I had was the implant. So it was implanted right here, and the implant, it protects against pregnancy and all of that. However, it was not my favorite. Okay, guys? I thought, because you don't have to change it out for a few years, and, it's amazing. That's great. Guys, I bled for 6 months. I don't mean like I stopped either. Like, I meant I bled for 6 months. Like, no on and off. Like, on. 6 months. And they're like, oh yeah, you might have irregular bleeding for a few months, But I was just fed up. I was sick of it. Now, not everyone gets that side effect, but I did. So I just got off of that. When it was like 6 months in, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't keep bleeding every day. This is so much money to deal with periods at the same time as I can't sit here and do this every single month, So I got off that, and ever since, the patch is what I've been doing. So I had the pill at first, and then I had the implant, and then I have the patch now. And honestly, I was thinking a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, maybe I should get the IUD. All of you guys probably were just like, no. And, I talked around, and a lot of people were like, that's not good for you. A lot of people have problems with it. Obviously, everybody's different, but a lot of people have had problems with it. And honestly, the patch is perfectly fine. The only complaint I have is that where the skin is, it peels your skin off. Today's actually my day to take it off. But I would show you guys, but I'm not going to take it off just yet. But it does over time start to make your skin way, way, way lighter than it should be in that one spot, and you can tell. And it bothers me, and that's the main reason I wanted to switch to the IUD. You can't see it, you know what I mean? But either way, that mark's still probably going to be there, so it doesn't matter. And the patch is just the safest way. because like I said, the IUD does have a lot of problems with people, so I don't think I'll be doing that one. Now, I'm not too sure what other birth controls they have. If you guys weren't interested in any of those are just the 3 that I have personally used, and then the one that I was considering, but everyone just said don't even try it. So I was going to, but I realized that I probably shouldn't. I just want to let you guys know, if you do plan on getting birth control, it doesn't protect against diseases. It only protects against pregnancy, and even then there's still a risk of pregnancy. It also might not lighten your periods, or it might stop your periods fully. You never know. It all depends on the person. So if you guys are wondering where you can get birth control, I get it from my GYN. And, you know, you have like a checkup after, and you go there. And at least for mine, I go there and I say, hi, I'd like a new birth control. She like tells me about it, you know what I mean, discusses our options, and then she plans a date again for when I can come in and get it. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about the implant procedure. It was pretty freaky, I'm not gonna lie. So I was, laying down. I had my arm like this on the table, and, she just like put it in my arm, and it was just like, if you're like me and it's like, ew, you know what I mean? And also, you can tell if the implant is there. Like, you personally can tell, because if you feel it, you're going to feel a bump there. That's also how you can check if it's still there, of course. And obviously it wouldn't move, but I'm just saying that's how you can check. And I honestly really liked that one, and it really makes me mad that it made me bleed that long, because I would love to still be on it. It really sucks, but I don't think I'm gonna ever try that again. But the implant procedure was really weird, and then it was just the same thing when it got taken out. They literally just put your arm back up and take it out. And it did hurt after I took it out and after I put it in. But it wasn't that painful, but, just watch out for it. Now, if you guys are wondering, how can I talk to my parents about it and things like that, well, I would just tell them, the truth. If you don't have understanding parents, I could see where you're coming from. I don't really know about that, but if you do want to try to talk to them, just say, I'd like to lighten my periods, or if you're engaging in sexual activity, then say, I'd like to prevent myself from getting pregnant, I want to look out for myself, things like that. Just tell them the truth and let them know whether it is that you want to shorten your periods, whether you don't want to have any periods, because there's hormonal ones and there's non-hormonal ones. There's also, I believe, ones that don't make you get your period. I could be wrong. And, pregnancy ones. They're just a whole bunch of different ones. And so those are the 3 I chose, but it all depends what one you choose. So if you want to talk to them, just let them know. Either you want to lighten your period, you don't want a period, you want to protect against pregnancy, anything like that. They also, if you need to alleviate your cramps, that was a huge one for me. That was such a big one for me, because I had the worst cramps, and I still do, but now it's just lightened down into 3 days, 3 to 4 days. I also get such heavy periods, like beyond belief, guys. So it's definitely a struggle, and birth control has helped me out because it's lightened my period a few days. It hasn't lightened the blood flow, you know what I mean? But it's lessened the days. So that has been helpful. Just let your parents know that, you're looking around, you'd like to try this birth control. Have them bring you to a GYN and see if it's possible for you to get that put in or prescribed to you. But that is all of the advice I have for today. If you guys have any questions at all about the birth controls that I have used, please let me know. I have been on this birth control for, I want to say 6 months to a year now. I was on the implant for 6 months, and a few years ago I was on the pill for not even that long, so I don't know if I can answer questions about that one. But I enjoyed talking to you guys. I wish you the best of luck. I would say the birth control that I recommend the most is going to be the patch, just because I believe that it has the least amount of side effects, and it is the best. It shortens your period time, so I definitely would go with that. But all of our bodies do work in different ways, so definitely talk to your GYN and see what will work for you. If birth control doesn't work for you, you can always try the next. It is a little bit of a guessing game when it comes to birth control as to what will work for you. So just be patient, and if you want to try it, talk to your parents and see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love talking to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.
What do you think?